The world is divided into two kinds of people, the players and the pieces. You felt it your entire life. You walk into a room invisible. Others, they command attention effortlessly. Opportunities chase them. Respect bends toward them. Power follows them like a shadow. And you work harder. You're polite, competent, reliable, yet ignored. Here's the truth no one tells you. Power doesn't care about intentions. It responds to leverage. Stop trying to connect by being liked. Powerful people don't need friends. They need assets, reflections, and protection. 500 years ago, Machiavelli revealed human nature. Selfish, fearful, vain. Understand this, and you move the pieces. Ignore it, and you remain one. Today we uncover 13 ruthless laws of connection. These aren't tips, they're psychological weapons. Once you see the strings, you can never unsee them. Law 1. Never outshine the master. Most people fail the instant they meet power. They try to impress. They speak too much. They show intelligence, talent, ambition, all at once. They believe this earns respect. It doesn't. It creates insecurity. Powerful people guard their identity fiercely. They need to feel like the smartest, strongest, most important person in the room. When you shine brighter than them, you don't look impressive. You look dangerous, and power eliminates threats. So dim your light. Let them feel brilliant. Let them speak. Let them explain. Frame your ideas so they sound like their discoveries. Ask questions that guide them toward conclusions you already understand. This is not weakness. It's camouflage. While they enjoy the spotlight, you observe silently. You study their desires, their fears, their ego, their blind spots. They receive admiration. You gain position. They take the glory. You take the influence. Power does not reward those who compete with ego. It rewards those who feed it, while quietly moving closer to control. Master this law, and you stop being seen as a rival. You become something far more dangerous, an asset they don't want to lose. Law 2. Conceal your intentions. Predictable. People are controllable people. The moment power understands what you want, it gains leverage over you. Most people fail before the conversation even begins. They walk in carrying need on their face. I need help. I want access. I want approval. Desperation has a scent, and power senses it instantly. It repels, it weakens, it exposes. If you want influence, become unreadable. Speak about ideas, not desires. Discuss art, philosophy, strategy, culture. Ask questions about them. Let them talk. Reveal nothing about where you're going or what you want. Silence is not emptiness. It is space. Mystery creates gravity. When people cannot decipher your intentions, they begin to project their own. They wonder why you are there. They search for meaning. Curiosity pulls them closer. The less you explain, the more attention you command. The less you reveal, the more control you hold. Never lay your cards on the table while the game is still forming. Wait. Observe. Let the board reveal itself. Only when the outcome is secure do you show your hand. Until then, remain calm, open, and unknowable. Power flows toward those who cannot be read, because what cannot be predicted cannot be controlled. Law 3. Appeal to self-interest, not mercy. Most people fail because they are nice. They think stories of hardship, honesty, or sacrifice will earn favor. They appeal to mercy. They hope someone will feel sorry for them. It doesn't work. Power has no time for pity. Mercy is a burden. Solving it for everyone would crush the powerful under obligation. If you want influence, speak their language, self-interest. Understand what drives them, what keeps them awake at night, what do they desire more than anything. Then position yourself as the solution. Don't beg, don't plead, offer value, save them time, solve a problem they cannot solve, give them an edge, be indispensable. Self-interest is universal. Everyone understands it. Kindness alone is invisible. Value alone creates doors that open without knocking. When you stop chasing approval and start solving problems, you stop being a supplicant. You become a partner, someone they rely on, someone they cannot replace. Mercy gets you ignored. Value gives you power. Once they depend on you, you are no longer invisible. You're essential. Power responds to benefit, not emotion. Learn this and you speak fluently the language that moves kings, CEOs, and leaders. Law 4, the art of strategic absence. Being constantly available is the fastest way to become invisible. Reply immediately. Say yes to every meeting. Always be on time. It feels like dedication. It looks like desperation. Power notices scarcity, not availability. Strategic absence is simple. Be fully present when you arrive. Make every word, every glance, every gesture count. Then disappear. Don't chase. Don't over-explain. Don't let them know your schedule, or intentions. Let them wonder. Where were you? Who were you with? What are you doing? Absence occupies space in the mind. Presence becomes a reward, not a given. Power respects those who value their own time. Those who are always present signal low worth. Those who vanish create desire. By withdrawing strategically, you create tension without confrontation. You become someone they notice because you are missing. Over-availability breeds contempt. Scarcity breeds respect. Learn when to appear and when to disappear. Master this, and you command attention effortlessly, without ever demanding it. In the game of influence, knowing when to leave is just as important as knowing how to act. Law 5, mirror their behavior. People are obsessed with themselves. Even the most humble leader craves validation for their worldview, choices, and style. If you want to connect with power, you must become their reflection. Not flattery, not imitation. Strategic alignment. Observe how they move, speak, and breathe. Are they calm or fiery, slow or fast, formal or casual? Mirror their energy, mirror their posture, mirror their vocabulary. If they speak in metaphors of war, you respond in war terms. If they use sports analogies, so do you. The goal is subtle sync. When people see themselves reflected, they feel understood, validated, and comfortable. You bypass the rational mind and speak directly to instinct. But be subtle. Overdoing it is obvious and off-putting. Small, precise reflections are far more powerful than copying everything. Mirror their style, amplify their confidence, and make them feel brilliant. Over time, they begin to crave your presence, not for what you want, for how you make them feel. You're no longer just another person in the room. You become a safe space, a validation of their greatness, someone they cannot ignore. Master the mirror, and you move from invisible to indispensable. Law 6. Become the gatekeeper of information. In the world of power, information is currency. Not all information, only the rare, vital truths that others cannot access. Powerful people are surrounded by yes-men, advisors, and noise. They are starved for clarity, insights, and knowledge that gives them an edge. If you can provide that, you become indispensable. But beware, never reveal your sources. Never show how you uncovered the truth. The moment they can get it without you, your leverage disappears. Deliver the fruit, not the tree. Provide results, not methods. Curate intelligence strategically. Protect them, empower them, save them time. When someone depends on you for information they cannot get elsewhere, you are no longer replaceable. You're no longer just a participant in their world. You're a co-conspirator, a trusted ally, a silent partner in their success. This is quiet power. Control the flow of knowledge, and you control influence itself. You are the bridge between them and the truth, the gatekeeper, the person everyone else must rely on. Master this law and you stop being a pawn. You become the hand that shapes the game, unseen, untouchable, indispensable. Law 7. Use a shared enemy. Nothing bonds people faster than a common enemy. Humans are wired to unite against what they fear, dislike, or despise. If you want to connect with power, don't try to impress with flattery or charm. Instead, discover who or what they oppose. It could be a rival, a failing system, a competitor, or a belief they despise. Once you identify that enemy, align yourself with it. Validate their struggles, acknowledge their frustrations, show them you're on the same side of the battle. This isn't negativity for its own sake, it's about strategic alignment. When you fight the same enemy, loyalty is forged. You stop being an outsider, you become a comrade in arms, someone they trust, rely on, and see as essential to their mission. But caution, alignment must feel genuine. Forced or opportunistic alignment is transparent and dangerous. Done correctly, this law transforms relationships. Acquaintances become allies, partners become confidants. You're no longer just someone they know, you're someone they depend on in the battles that matter. A shared enemy creates a bond stronger than words, actions, or gifts. It is the quickest path from invisible to indispensable. Law 8. Play to their fantasy. People rarely live in reality. They live in the version of themselves they wish to be. The CEO imagines being a visionary. The artist dreams of genius. The politician sees themselves as a savior. Your job is not to challenge that vision. Your job is to support it. Identify the fantasy they carry, then position yourself as the essential part of that story. If they want to feel wise, become the eager student. If they see themselves as a rebel, become the accomplice who understands risk and adventure. If they want to be seen as a king, play the loyal knight. By supporting their self-image, you become indispensable. They rely on you to maintain their vision. They protect your presence because it validates who they want to be. This is not manipulation for selfish gain. It is psychological alignment. You are the prop that stabilizes their world, the silent hand that makes them shine. Reality is harsh. Powerful people pay to escape it. If you allow them to be the person they aspire to be, they will need you. You're no longer just a presence in the room. You are part of their narrative, a story they cannot perform without you. Master this, and you move from observer to indispensable participant in the game of power. Law 9. Mastery of emotional alchemy. Powerful people carry immense pressure, empires to run, decisions affecting thousands, chaos surrounding every move. Most people make it worse. They bring drama, panic, complaints, and noise. They amplify stress instead of reducing it. To connect with power, be the calm in the storm. When they panic, stay steady. When they rage, remain composed. When frustration rises, reflect clarity. Your presence becomes a sanctuary, a space where chaos turns into focus, where tension melts and decisions feel lighter. The simplest words, like, "it's handled," carry more authority than any argument. You absorb the storm, transmute it into calm, and reflect stability back. Over time, they begin to crave your presence, not for what you do, but for how you make them feel. This is emotional leverage. Control the emotional climate around powerful people, and influence grows quietly but exponentially. Calmness becomes magnetic. People follow those who steady the storm. They confide in them. They rely on them. In a world filled with chaos and uncertainty, be water, be silence. When others react, you respond. When others burn out, you endure. Master this, and you are untouchable. No one can manipulate the person who controls the room's emotional gravity. Law 10. Assume formlessness. Power is fluid, ever-changing, unpredictable. Those who cling to a rigid identity, a fixed mindset, or a single approach break easily. They are exposed. They are vulnerable. To survive and thrive among the powerful, you must become formless, adaptable, flexible, invisible when needed. Be like water. Blend into any environment, any social circle, any culture, without losing your core strength. Observe, learn, adjust. Some moments demand assertiveness, others demand silence. Some require leadership, others require observation. Clinging to one fixed shape invites attacks. Being formless protects you. It allows you to navigate any situation without being targeted. When you act, it is decisive, because no one expected it. When you speak, it carries weight, because you were unseen until that moment. Formlessness is survival. Formlessness is mastery. Those who embrace it can move freely, earn trust, and wield influence quietly but effectively. Rigid people break. The formless bend, flow, and shape outcomes without ever appearing to do so. Master this law, and you are untouchable, invisible, adaptable, yet essential. A shadow holding the keys to power. Law 11. Create dependence. The most secure position in any power structure is not at the top. It's the position no one can replace. If those above you can function without you, you are expendable. If they rely on you for something only you can provide, you hold leverage. Find what makes you indispensable. It could be a unique skill, a critical relationship, or knowledge no one else possesses. Be the bridge between them and something they need. Be the keeper of what they cannot afford to lose. But subtlety is key. Never reveal everything you know. Never make yourself redundant. Never let them feel they could replace you easily. Dependence creates silent power. When someone wakes up at 3 a.m., worried about a problem only you can solve, you control the game. You're no longer a participant, you are a necessity. This is not manipulation, it is strategy. True influence comes from creating interdependence. You do not dominate, you integrate yourself into their success. You're entwined with their outcomes. When done correctly, they will protect you, trust you, seek you. You're no longer a pawn following orders. You are the piece no one dares ignore. Master dependence, and you hold power without opposition. Law 12. Control the options. The loudest voice in the room is not always the most powerful. True influence comes from shaping the choices others make, quietly, invisibly, without seeming controlling. Never present endless possibilities. Too many options create confusion and indecision. Instead, curate the paths your target can take. Offer choices that guide them toward the outcome you want while letting them feel in control. Frame it so your preferred path appears logical, inevitable, and advantageous. For example, we can do A, which carries X risk, or B, which achieves Y. Path B seems strongest. What do you command? They make the decision. But you built the road. You orchestrated the framework. This requires subtlety. You do not dominate openly. You guide silently. You are the architect, not the ruler. When others believe they are in control, they act confidently. Yet the result aligns with your strategy. Control the options and you control outcomes. You move power without confrontation. You become the unseen hand shaping the board. Master this law, and influence is yours. You're no longer reacting. You're designing. You're the force everyone else follows, without realizing it. Law 13. Radical autonomy. The final and most crucial law is radical autonomy. If you depend on anyone else's approval, their influence over you is absolute. Desperation is a scent power can detect instantly. When you need validation, you're no longer a peer, you're a supplicant, you're a pawn. True power comes from self-sufficiency. Own your vision, own your projects, own your life. Walk in whole, be solid, be the person who can survive without the deal, the boss, or the network. This is not arrogance, it is strategy. When you can walk away at any moment, you hold ultimate leverage. Your presence becomes magnetic. Not because you ask, but because you offer. Your voice carries authority. Your eye contact commands respect. Your actions resonate weight. Powerful individuals are surrounded by flattery and fear. They rarely meet someone who stands firm, respects them, yet doesn't worship them. Be that person. From this position, you're trading value, not begging for it. You connect from strength, not weakness. You operate from choice, not need. Radical autonomy makes all other laws work. Without it, strategy collapses. With it, you are untouchable. You stop being a pawn, you become a player. You no longer chase approval, you set the rules. You move through the world on your own terms, commanding respect and influence effortlessly. Final CTA. If you've felt invisible, if you're tired of watching others rise while you work harder, understand this: the world rewards strategy, not effort. These 13 laws are keys, but keys mean nothing if you never turn the lock. Subscribe, not for this channel, but as a promise to yourself. You are done being a pawn, you are ready to enter the game. The rules are now in your hands.